Hello, it's Sheldon for Nerd OD. That's Shell, I'm Dan, and today we have been invited to take part in an online cooking session courtesy of Otafuku, who make a range of sauces and Japanese ingredients, and Hyper Japan, the awesome Japanese Comic-Con festival. So today we are going to be shown how to make okonomiyaki, which is one of our favourite Japanese meals. It's amazing. We actually make it already. Yeah. It's basically a savoury Japanese vegetable pancake type thing.
Sort of omelette sort of thing. But way better than we're describing. So much better. So much better. Cabbage, all sorts of stuff, veg, and then the sauce that goes on top, and then the little fish flakes. Oh, it's amazing. To die for. Yes. And then they're also going to be showing us how to make yakisoba, which we don't really make. No, we don't make. We make noodles. That's fine, but this is proper yakisoba. Now, okonomiyaki. There's a lot of ingredients. I mean, you can go to any supermarket. You can buy the cabbage. You can buy flour, egg, all the standard stuff, but it's the little things that you need to really elevate it to a proper okonomiyaki. Things like, forget what they're called, little tempura pearls that go in there. There is, as I say, the fish flakes, katsuobushi, which is bonito, so it's like a cured tuna. It's amazing. Just simmers on the top. It just goes... Yeah, amazing. And then you've got to have proper okonomiyaki sauce, which Otafuku make the best ones. We bought a bottle and brought it back when we went to Japan last March. It's gone. Yeah, oh, it went very quickly. We wish we bought like 10, but never mind, you know, only so much room in the suitcase. Fortunately though, Otafuku have sent us a box of magic and wonder. There we are, Otafuku. Smell it. Okay, so apparently everything we need to make a proper okonomiyaki is in here. So careful. Easy. Slice the bottle open. Okay. Right. Wow. So first, what every good chef needs. An apron. Amazing. Otafuku apron. There is a smile around okonomiyaki. Borderless happiness. Oh, and of course, very important. Now we have some of these. So these are proper. These are called hera. So a hera is basically the little scoop that you use to cook and cut and eat okonomiyaki. So yeah, I bought 2 a few years back. I think it was in Daiso. Probably was in Daiso. You get everything in Daiso. Yeah. But these. They're just cheap metal ones. Wooden handles. I mean, that's brilliant. That's amazing. Right, but now the important stuff. The one and only Otafuku okonomiyaki sauce. That's the proper stuff as well. There it is. And that's a big bottle. That is. That's going to last us a little while. Pretty huge. I've heard people describe it as like a barbecue sauce. It's sort of weird, like barbecue Worcestershire type sauce. It's also vegan. Yeah, it's vegan. Right, but then we've also got, you'll see in a sec, you smother the top of the okonomiyaki in the okonomiyaki sauce, and then you put mayonnaise on the top. But British, or at least Western mayonnaise, it's no good. It's too thick. The nozzle's too thick. So when you try and squirt it on, it just doesn't come out right. I've tried it and it looks a mess. Japanese mayonnaise, it's really thin. It's kind of sweet, and it will work a heck of a lot better. So we've got a bottle of that, which is amazing because I've never had proper Japanese mayonnaise. Right, so this is the tempura pearls, tenkatsu. I've never seen these for sale, that's why we've never used it, but I'm really excited to actually properly use it. You put it on top of sushi. Yeah. Udon. Also then you've got aonori, so it's basically just a powdered seaweed, and that really has some nice flavour. And then the final thing for the okonomiyaki, we normally just use standard flour. Plain flour. Yeah, plain flour works absolutely fine, but proper okonomiyaki flour, there's a few bits in it. So wheat flour, soy sauce powder, baking powder. So this is what you use to make the okonomiyaki batter, but also takoyaki batter. So all we need, takoyaki, all we need to get is a we need like cake egg pop. Yeah, like the egg cartons, cooking pot. Yeah, that'd work. So something like that. But okonomiyaki is far easier, right? So now we also have been sent proper yakisoba. So soba noodles and yakisoba sauce. and a massive bottle of the yakisoba sauce.
Wowzers.
Okay.
Oh, it's a big bottle.
Oh, and another pack of okonomiyaki flour. So we can now make 12 okonomiyaki.
Or 2 shells side.
Yeah. Or 80 takoyaki.
Yeah,
that should do.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm most excited about.
Simple things, eh?
That's awesome. So in about 5 minutes, our Zoom call with a proper trained Japanese chef is gonna start. So let's head to the kitchen.
Yep. Let's do it.
Okay, that
smells good.
Bad if I do say so myself. Yeah. Now, we make this fairly regularly, as we said, without any of these proper ingredients. And normally we do a really big one that fills the pan.
Yeah.
And we just sort of do it like a pizza, have half each. So this is a little bit smaller, but...
Smells so good though.
First stop though is the proper Otafuku Okonomi sauce.
So...
lather it on.
Be very
generous.
Very generous, covering everything.
Okay, that's a lot.
You said generous.
Yeah, we'll spread that out.
Yeah.
All right, go on. Use the Hera to spread it out a bit. It needs to be lathered on. Okay. I think that's enough.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good amount.
Okay, next is the mayo. I'd say British mayo is no good. It's just not thin enough, and that nozzle is tiny, and that's the important thing because you can do fancy patterns.
I hope I like this mayo now, Hans.
Can be fine. Then you can do
feathering. Beautiful.
Yes, feathering, as the Great British Bake Off has taught us. Now, Next is the aonori. And then the last one, and this really makes it. Katsuobushi.
Stinks, but it's so good.
Go online and Google how bonito flakes are made, and it's fascinating. It's apparently the hardest food substance on the planet.
Hardest?
The hardest, because
like
it's like, it almost looks like a block of wood when it's cured and dried, and then they shave it. It comes out like pencil shaving. So anyway, but the beauty is, you can see steam rising off it now. That steam, because it's so thin and light, it makes it
just
dance.
Looks like it's dance.
Yeah. There we go. Do you know what? We were just taught to do it properly, and things were in slightly different order. Like,
but not massive.
No, we're pretty close to it. But normally when we make it, it's quite hard to get the knife or the hair through it, and that was really easy. It just looks like a proper okonomiyaki. I'm very impressed.
I am. I'm very excited by this.
Itadakimasu.
What he said.
So good.
Something different about the cabbage. Softer.
Yeah.
I don't know how though. Maybe it's mixing.
I think a real key thing is cutting the cabbage up really, really finely.
I think it's also that they said to fold it like it was like a cake. So you're literally folding it from the bottom to the top, so you're keeping the air in. Whereas normally we've just mixed it all up.
It's definitely lighter. And when we do it, it's an awful lot denser. So that's another key thing. So this is good. We've tried and we've pretty much got a good recipe, we think. But you can now learn from our mistakes and do it exactly like this. Just a video of us eating an entire okonomiyaki.
I mean,
mukbang.
Does nobody diss our chopstick skills?
Oh, they can. I've been complimented on my chopstick skills.
Well, I don't feel like people would compliment me.
I was in Fukuoka, and I was down by the river in Hakata at a yatai, which is a food stall, and I had some ramen, really good, proper Hakata ramen. And as I stepped out of the tent after I'd eaten, someone came up to me and said, "Excuse me, you look like you knew what you were doing." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then they asked if I could be filmed and interviewed for a TV show, which I've never put in a video, so I'm going to insert that clip here now.
イギリスにも豚骨ラーメンのお店があってよく食べるけど、やっぱり博多の豚骨ラーメンの方がスープが濃厚だよ。さすが本場だね。
So basically, they were just asking what I thought of Hakata ramen, and I told them, and you can hear my most amazing dubbed voice. I love that they picked this really deep Japanese voice as my dubbing voice, because that's nothing like me. But anyway, I basically said, I've had it before in the UK, but it's not as authentic as over in Japan, which is true, because they boil the bones to make the soup for like 17 months or something like that. It's amazing. I'm exaggerating, but it's you know, there are some restaurants that like never finish the soup. They just keep using it and adding more bones to it and boiling it and then using it, so it never empties. So part of your soup is like a 17-year-old meat stock, whatever. But yeah, my point is, I'm quite happy with my chopstick skills, and I'll have you know. Although I learned from watching YouTube, and I went to Yo Sushi with some friends once, and my friend said, "Where did you learn to use chopsticks?" And I went, "Oh, just YouTube." And right behind the counter was someone making sushi, and they went, "YouTube?" I was like, "Where else? What would be better?" Oh, I went to a little old Japanese lady who climbed a mountain and learned the 3 rules to use chopsticks and 12 years of training. What's wrong with YouTube for learning how to use chopsticks? Now you can obviously do all sorts of toppings, because we don't eat meat. We'll eat fish. We're pescatarian, so we don't put bacon in or pork or anything like that. But we just put kimchi, ginger, pickled ginger, and cheese. Cheese is very important. A lot of people turn their nose up, why would you put cheese in something like this? But it's so good. You should put cheese in your curry. Put cheese in your okonomiyaki.
Cheese is everything. Cheese is life.
Cheese is life. They sent us 2 sets of things. So we've obviously we've had the okonomiyaki, and they sent us all the yakisoba stuff. Now there's 2 types of okonomiyaki you can make. You have Osaka style, so Kansai style, so that's what this was.
Yep. Where
everything is put into a batter and then made into a pancake. But then you can have Hiroshima style, which is basically, it's almost like a deconstructed okonomiyaki. But the important thing is it's got soba noodles on. So I think we are going to try and make at some point Hiroshima style okonomiyaki using the soba noodles that Otafuku have so kindly given to us. Anyway.
Let's go make another one.
Yeah, let's go make another one because one is not enough between two people.
Not even slightly.
Anyway, thanks for watching and thanks for Hyper Japan and Otafuku for putting that on. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you.
Bye.